Alrighty, and we are live, I think. Let me make sure. One little thing. Yep, it's perfect. Alright, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Total Party Chaos Arc 3 Veiled Pursuits. My name is Billy Visno, I'm your GM for tonight, and I am joined by all of these fantastic people, and we'll go through just as we always do. Which I hope you know the order by now, but if you don't, it'll be On, JC, Haley, and Nat. If you'd love to introduce yourselves to everybody, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm On, and I'm playing Foxmoth, and I am being forced to be here.
Hello, my name is Jacob or JC. I guess I'm also forced. I don't know. It's funny. Hey.
Hey, I'm Haley, and I'm getting forced to be here.
You're getting forced to be here?
It's
in progress?
It's in progress.
They're currently chaining her to the desk.
They're threatening people standing just off camera.
Same, they're behind my green screen. It's actually Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it, Nat. Fucking go ahead. Who's else is getting fucking forced to be here? Go for it.
I'm Natalie, and I'm not forced to be here. I'm here out of my own free will.
That's boring.
And you should be jealous because we were laughing about things off screen that you didn't know about. So I guess we're just as cool as. Can I name drop Critical Role now?
As we say to our 4 viewers.
Hi, 4 viewers. We're as cool as Critical Role. We are though.
As cool as Critical Role, and also I have no idea. I hope they're being forced to be here. This is fantastic. So you guys can take breaks. So that's fine. That's absolutely okay.
It's okay. There are accommodations.
Yeah, we're so kind about it.
That was a good sound effect.
Yeah, that was great. It came through.
Classic.
Those were good.
Oh goodness. Before we get into everything, there's a fantastic recap. Who would like to take it away?
Whoa, it must be me.
Wow.
Alright, here we go. Speed run as usual. Foxmoth is twisting and turning and sweating, reliving a nightmare. Dante is feeling terror from his nightmare. Takes him a hot minute to come back to reality. Doll finds a dusty apron. In Argyle's sleep, he says something about never forgiving his dad. Doll checks the perimeter. The forest seems to be dying. It's quick to note, too, that Doll has not told the rest of the party any of this. They cast Greater Restoration on the center Willow. It does not seem to react, or it does seem to react to the spell positively, then a surge of pink veins brings it back down. Something is draining the life from the forest. There's a chipmunk, and it's the healthiest being in the forest. Doll casts Speak with Animal. They're the only one left. Everyone got sick. April is her name. The brother's body wasn't in the grave anymore. She saw him standing by their parents' house with bright pink eyes. This is April's story. There's apparently a plague. It's basically a red flag problem by certain conditions within the creature. It's basically an ecosystem health meter, and it is at danger. Doll is casting Blight on April the chipmunk because it is, in fact, caught the plague. And then it dusted away, and it was saying really sad things about being its mother. So yeah, then we all cried. Does Doll eat? Doll eats by knocking the food on the floor and then eats it. Foxmoth didn't see because apparently the bird and birds catch Foxmoth's vision or interest. We are headed towards a smaller city, Pentagraven. The spoke spikes have financed the city. The city also just exploded.
Yes.
And that's where we'll end today's episode.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I think we need to get JC sock puppets as he does, like the visualizations.
Yes, of all
these.
of them. We'll just make one for each of the characters.
my
You just
God.
has to switch them real
That
quick.
would be amazing.
A foot
Yeah.
comes up.
No, I
As
will
a
not
third
appease
and
the
a
audience
fourth.
right
Yeah,
now.
if there's
No.
a third in the scene,
Yeah.
Argyle just. Oh.
So glad, glad he's
I love
included.
this.
Uh,
I love this.
all right, everybody. This is episode 7 of Arc 3. Before we dive right in, we'd like to thank our motherfucking sponsors, which I don't know if they'd love that I yelled motherfucking sponsors, but we'd love to thank them for doing great things. Tonight's sponsor, as we've talked about many times before, well, I think twice at this point, good old Into the AM. Bam! Transition to a fantastic little screen that the rest of y'all will see. If you take a second and go to their website, man, you just like, don't leave the Twitch page right now, but you can go to their website right now and you can find some really cool merch. You can type in the code TAILS, like it says on the screen in front of you right now, and you can save 10% off the order that you have. So you can get that cool shirt. You can get like a, I don't know, you can get like a little, like a couple pops or like a beer like the rest of us have. All with the money that you saved because you bought a 6 shirt. So go buy their awesome merch. They have some really cool stuff, and even all of us have had the luxury of wearing it on stream so far. Well, some of us. I lied, not all of us. But you're great, and that's it. I'm not great at these whole sponsor ads, but you're fantastic, and we love you for it. So, moving on. We do like to thank you guys, though. Thank you so much for supporting the show and also helping us be able to get cool art and stuff like that. We love you for it. All right. With all that said and out of the way, grab your smut books. Fight for your forests. It's time for another episode of Total Party Chaos Arc 3, baby. Transition.
Chaos.
All right. That's the
You
quickest.
immediately make a statement.
It's a very quick transition.
I was
Yeah, that
pretending
was
to go
extra.
for a statement.
It's okay. If you want to give a great statement, I will take it all day.
I was pretending.
Would have been okay. All right. Let's pick up directly where we left off last time. You guys just heard that massive explosion that took up basically the entire kind of like sky area around, and it's in the same direction as Pentagraven, where you guys were headed. You do see as like, again, like birds just kind of fly off in different directions. You do see as the smoke starts billowing, going from like what seems to be kind of like a darker gray smoke to kind of a mix of like black with like little tints of like, you almost see like little sparks kind of like flying through as it like puffs up and then dissipates. You guys are all sitting in the caravan still. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is after, I want to say it's like morning time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
just
you
had
guys rest.
breakfast.
Yeah, we just had breakfast, and we're waiting for Argyle to fix whatever's being fixed.
Is the frog ready to go? That's the real question.
Yeah, how's the frog looking, Argyle?
You seem like tinkering kind of like under like one of its legs as like you see the legs start like moving. And he goes, I guess it's about to be as good as it's gonna get.
We should get moving.
Yeah.
So you all saw the exploding city, or at least heard it, right?
Absolutely, but if we just run towards the exploding city, we're just gonna die tired.
Oh no, I just wanted to be sure that's where we were still going because nothing is there.
Well, no, it looks like it's still there. It's just on fire.
Oh.
Plus, I
So-
want to see what hit it. Whether or not it was something dropped or what. I mean, this is... Yeah, I think I would like to go still.
Where there's turmoil, there's opportunity.
Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, plus, I mean, if there's nothing left, we can pick through the ashes.
Oh, that's funny because it's a play on your name.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy looting dead bodies, so I'm for that all the way.
Okay. I'm gonna go... Argyle, can I sit with you?
He like kind of looks down at you and just like gives like a, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
Alright, let's go.
All right, up.
Doll's gonna stand up from where she was sitting in the shadow of the caravan and make her way into it.
Into it.
Do it.
Let's go.
I guess.
I suppose.
Brain is shutting down. It's fine.
Right at the start.
Doll sets
Right
up
at the
camp.
start.
She's not going nowhere.
Nope. She is melded with the earth. She's now one with the earth. A
Yummy.
pile of bones. Yeah.
After every long rest, we've got to like dig you from the earth.
Stop self-burying, doll. Come on.
Reemergence.
Not dead yet. Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. Okay. So she gets back into the caravan. She's ready to go.
As the group of you kind of like pile back in, Argyle turns back and just like looks and goes, "All right, hope everybody's in." And like takes the reins, kind of like gives him a snap, and it almost like just like connects back down to the frog. It doesn't like do anything as the frog just like immediately starts like moving its legs and starts just like going forward as the entire caravan kind of shakes for a second, and the big clockwork bullfrog just starts making its way forward as you guys start taking off. Yeah, there is like definitely air just hitting you guys at full speed.
I thought we weren't going to run towards the danger.
So
We're not running.
it starts to slow down a bit at a mid speed as you guys start taking off towards it. I will say you guys are probably, as you guys like get down the road a little bit, you guys are still seeing as the world is like you're seeing like the forest on the right side is kind of like more of these warped trees as you start getting a little bit closer. It seems almost like it was the trees that already existed there, but like something has kind of like gnarled them in different directions and different like facings. But the left side still has like that forest, that little pink thing forest.
Doll, did you notice anything about the trees on your perimeter? Those don't look very good.
Yeah, so as you can tell, they're all diseased, which sucks. I forgot to tell you guys that. I meant to, but I just got swept up in the moment, I guess. And I was really hungry. So, whatever hit the trees, I think it's like the schism shift or whatever. It like spread this like pinky disease, which, don't get me wrong, love the color, but not in this context. Like, big oak trees should not be that color, in my opinion. And I also found, I hope you guys won't be mad about this, but I found this chipmunk, and I, like, did my little thinging, and I talked to her for a little bit, and she told me that she was the only one left in the forest, and when all was said and done, I realized that she was alive because she was eating the other animals. She had kind of become like a cannibal and didn't realize that she was eating meat and bones and everything. So I ushered her into the next life as kindly as I could. So, not good news. I'm wondering if this has something to do with the explosion in Pentagram Haven, or whatever it's called, up ahead.
I don't think you popping a squirrel like a cork is gonna cause an explosion. I mean, you might be made of something else, but
I don't think it was that. I think it was just related to like the disasters going on in this area. I don't know. Things seem a little unstable right now.
You worried about the trees being explosive?
We're grazing along the fact that there are zombie animals. There might be more.
I don't think so. I think she was the only one left. I think she had eaten all of the other ones, like her family.
A chipmunk.
She was talking a lot about her family.
All her family.
I know.
And others.
Awkward, right? Oh. Such a
Just
weird
a-
conversation to have.
Yeah, just a little.
I don't think so, she said. And I don't know how trustworthy chipmunks are. I mean, they're a little bit more Humby than squirrels. But I don't think she was lying when she said she was the only one left. So I think we can trust that. For how long, I'm not sure. It could be either more like, I don't know, zombie deer or whatever, just living in this Delulu state, eating people and blowing things up in Pentagram Haven.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Explosive deer.
So what were you guys up to?
Having nightmares about zombie animals.
How relevant.
Yeah,
Man, you must be a seer.
something
Yeah.
like that. Something, yeah. Yeah, I don't normally have nightmares.
You're so real for that. Love it.
I am in fact real and not a zombie.
That's good to know. Believe it or not, I'm not
Yeah,
a zombie either.
Yeah, I'm definitely who I say
Crazy,
I am.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, weirdo. Why did you say it like that?
I'm
Now you
swept
have
up.
me suspicious.
I'm swept
How
up in the moment of oddities.
Man, this is gonna be
Okay.
a wild trip to Penhaven for you.
Okay.
I thought it was Pentagram Haven. You hear like calling from the front.
It's Pentagraven.
Pentagram Haven.
I like Pentagram Haven better. It like captures the vibe, you know?
Well, and the smokestacks, whoever the twins are, they own the place, so they could name it.
You guys own Pentagram Haven?
Well, own is a little
That's a bit much. We just helped in the financing of its
existence.
existence. Yeah, that's the word.
Basically, my parents also paid for part of my existence, so they kind of used to own me, I guess.
Wow, that's a fucked up way
That's
to
a weird
say
way
it.
of looking at it.
But I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So are you guys like real estate moguls or something?
You could say it like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Real estate,
Hmm.
art.
Art?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Oh,
Arts
That's
and
very
crafts,
cool.
Sure.
A part of me always wanted to like open a gallery, but I'm not really artistic, you know. I just kind of throw things together like a pigeon's nest. But we make it work.
maybe one day we could get that set up for you.
What kind of art
I would
you
love that.
display?
Whatever you want.
So like natural vibes, you know, like something that speaks to the ecosystem and the symbiotic nature of the overall environment dichotomy, you know?
Right.
Something, so we would probably have a little bit of like fractals and the golden ratio in there too, while also like giving way and showcasing like the natural evolution of animal scat, right? It's just like, there, we're here for it.
So, since you know lots of things about forests, plants, yes?
I would like say so, yeah.
What is your
Yes, you could say.
favorite fact about plants?
Favorite fact about plants? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I mean, like, what do you
There's so
choose?
many.
There's so many. So, one of my favorites is that there is this really rare orchid that grows in cold environments. I know it's crazy. It grows in like these really rainy areas and it's like endangered. How could a plant be endangered, right? Because they grow all over all the time. It's wild. And you're not supposed to pick them and they're kind of like brown. So you wouldn't even like pay attention to them. But they sprout only like once every 7 years. And I just think that that is so magical.
37 is magical number, so I've heard from my friend Wizard Gale.
Wizard Gale sounds like a really knowledgeable source.
Yes, his name is Gale.
Yale.
Gale.
Yale.
Are there different ways of pronouncing this person's name?
Yes, there's way to pronounce it without my accent. It's pronounced Gale.
Gale.
It's spelled G''Yale. Yale.
How did you know the spelling? You did so great.
May I roll for
Because
Gale?
your voice is so beautiful. How could I not be able to tell how things are spelled?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'd like to roll for
That was-
legitimacy of Gale.
that was really nice
Yeah.
compliment. Wow. I don't know how to react when someone gives compliments to me. Yes. G-A-apostrophe-Y-L-E is the name.
I am begging you for an insight check. Please. Dear God, please.
Stop it!
Are you gonna contest it?
Just let me
Yeah.
roll, Billy.
You are?
The giggling's out of character. Foxmoth isn't giggling.
Fuck you, it's a 23.
So
13.
good.
Gale is the most wizard of wizards you have ever heard of.
Gale.
Gale.
Gale is
Gale-
giving wizard.
Mhm.
Gale is giving wizard.
Of course.
He has a partner named Tav. Short for Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a very familiar.
It's
story for you
actually
guys.
their
Is
cat.
this a Baldur's Gate joke that I just don't
It
quite
is!
understand?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's been
Yeah.
going for like
Alright.
5 minutes.
I
we
knew the Gale
laugh.
part, but like
I look out
the
the
tap
front.
part, I was lost.
I'm looking up in front of us.
Are we almost there?
Oh yeah, you guys have been
Yeah,
moving
so-
the entire time.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, we
God.
there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
uh,
Tav is the main character that you play. That's like their canon name, even though you can give them their name.
Hmm.
Argyle like leans in and goes, "Is that like one of those smut things you guys were talking about before? What is a balder?"
Yeah,
Gate?"
Absolutely.
Do you
I
want
have-
one of the books?
I don't-
Yes, Gale.
I don't-
Gale
It's not your thing.
has not really a smut
has
kind
been
of guy.
part of many smuts.
I'm just wondering how many different ways you can pronounce that name. I didn't realize that a 4-letter word could have so many pronunciations.
We are on like 6 or 7 by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is legitimate. He likes books and magic.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I'll roll a new insight too.
Okay. All right. What?
No, you need to do. You
Yep.
need to do a deception check.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's a good point. Which is a bummer because my insight's a +4.
15.
I also got a 15.
Do we do rollies?
So you can just tell. I
so.
think meets it beats it, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Beats it.
sure. Yeah, the Foxmoth, the way that she is talking, about this Gale, because of the different pronunciations, you think something's a bit off about this story. Yeah.
Huh. Foxmoth, I didn't take you as such a, social butterfly.
I am more like a, the social moth. Like my name.
Like a lunar moth or one of those pink and yellow ones that can't reproduce. Got it.
Yes.
Like a fox moth.
You caught onto my little play of words there.
Ha 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 ha.
It makes sense though,
Uh-huh.
you're super smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I keep that little bit to myself though. Like I make that comment, but I tuck that away for later. My bag of holding of secrets that I've collected quite a few of actually.
I know, and it's infuriating.
Not all of
'cause
them are
I'm
right.
very-
No, not all of them. Although I would like to know who knows what secrets about Ash. That's like eating at me.
It's not even. It's not
Um,
even talking about those. It's just like the whole this thing
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Not 100. Please let us kill some. Or be
What
killed.
can Ash see?
Oh, God.
Can Ash
Yes,
see the
I will
town
tell
on fire?
You, as you start rolling a little bit further, you don't see a town on fire. You see, you do see, like, all of the smoke seems to kind of cleared up at this point. You almost see no trace of, like, like there's no fire, there's no like nothing shows
Is
destruction.
there a town?
There is a town, but the
Okay,
walls.
the town's still there.
There are walls. You do see these like makeshift walls that look like somebody like put boards up and kind of like stacked them like all around the perimeter. As you see that, like you see some of the trees have almost been like knocked over as well to like make room for these walls. This looks like it was like, and as I described last time, the buildings were like a little taller that you remember or like you kind of have an idea of. There's less of them, but there's like the buildings. You do remember like one of the buildings in the middle, at least from like what you remembered last time, based on your, I believe it was a history check is what we did last time. The building in the middle, which like acted as like where the governing body would be, like the mayor, is gone. Like you don't even see that building anymore. You do see like a lot of like the smaller, taller buildings, if that makes sense. Like the medium-sized buildings are still kind of there. Same thing on those. You see like on the outside, it almost looks like somebody has strapped boards, like they're trying to like keep something in or out. And like it seems like there's like a makeshift gate in front of it. That seems to be opened right now, kind of like hanging off of its hinges. The rest of the surroundings, you don't see like a lot of movement at the moment, as you're getting a little bit closer, but the road is empty. There's nothing.
Cool. I turn back to the like little hole that we can talk to the inside, and I'm like, guys, everything seems to be boarded up. There is no explosion apparently. But as long as you all promise that you saw it, I know I'm not crazy. But there's definitely nothing on fire, no smoke anymore. But I think be on your guard. It seems a bit quiet.
We
The
definitely.
gate we're about to go through is knocked down.
Foxmouth is gonna go sit up front, squishing Argyle in between Shadow and herself.
Okay, it's kind of a two-person seat. It really isn't that big. All right, I guess.
Look, you're small enough, you'll be fine.
All right, let's go pay the town a visit.
This is uncomfortable for me. As the caravan moves forward, you guys get like closer and closer. How far do you guys want to get into the town with the caravan?
How far does Argyle want to get with the caravan?
He's
We
not
want to check it out first? You want to park up, or you want to go in?
I would suggest, sorry Argyle, I would suggest staying outside the city gates because the door is broken. Something either it doesn't seem safe and I don't want to risk your business or our mode of transportation at all.
Argyle is not a fighter, so I will stay
I'm
outside
not.
with the frog.
Okay, let's do that.
Gives a head nod as he like takes it close on the left side, and kind of parks it right on the gates are like directly on the right. They are open. You don't see like a lot of movement in the town from just kind of being as close as you are right now. You don't know if maybe it's like just empty right now or people are inside. You have no idea. But he does park and kind of like pulls over as he looks back to the group of you and says, I'll be here. If you need something, just holler. I can't. I'll do what I can.
Might I make one more suggestion? And Foxmouth turns to the rest of the group. How about I go in first? I sneak in, kind of do a quick what's up about the city and why it's so quiet, and then I report back.
How long do we wait before going in?
Do you promise to be on your best behavior?
I am always on my best behavior. Sometimes the situation just calls for chaos, but I promise to only sneak and not actually do anything.
No stealing from none prostitutes.
I won't steal
Do
any
we
more from
see anyone?
prostitutes.
Really, do we see anyone around?
You can roll
It's like
me
a
a
rope or
perception check to see if you can like see anybody in the town, but like based off what you can see right now, you don't see anybody.
Okay, I rolled a 21 for my perception.
21. You don't see anybody, but you do hear like like you do hear like silent moans, like painful moans. I'm gonna trigger warning before we go any further into this episode. It's gonna get the body horror and things are gonna be
get
like,
goopy.
coming. So please take that moment. If you don't want me to describe that stuff, that's completely okay. Skip ahead on the YouTube. You can skip here. It might just be a moment of. Yeah.
There will be a timestamp below.
Sure.
There you go, editor.
Yeah, absolutely. You got
Wow.
it, future editor. It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm sorry.
You guys hear that?
I
Someone's
can go
making,
in
like,
and...
I think we
Icky.
should follow
Icky noise.
you in, at least just behind.
Like, back
Or
up.
Yeah.
you said there's
I-
a wall, but the gate's on. Why not have anyone and we can just climb up on the wall and get a
I could
bird's
just
eye?
fly up.
I am also not used to working with groups, so I will just... A fair warning, you may not be able to see a hot minute. Because I'm just that good at what I do. But sure,
That's
you
okay.
may
That's
attempt
good.
to follow me in, but I'm gonna go to the city just to look, and I will be right back.
If we hear your scream,
Whoever-
we'll be on our way in.
Whoever is going
Yes.
in first, would you like a little like boosty boost, like a little 5-hour energy, like a little shot of
Mhm.
monster?
I like the sound of that. Tell me more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it can only be really described as boop, and she boops you on the nose and casts guidance.
Can you remind me what guidance does?
Yeah, you just add a D4 to one ability check. I will
Perfect.
be maintaining concentration for that, Billy.
You boop her, and like her eyes just kind of go, whoa. All right. Well, I will be right back. And I'd like to stealth further into the city.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check to go forward.
I'm going to keep to what I said. I'm going to vault out the back of the wagon and begin climbing the wall.
Go ahead and climbing the wall. Where around? Okay, so the two sides of the wall right now that you can see, one's on the left, one's on the right, and then the rest of it's covered by trees. You can go further in and like kind of like circle the wall. It just depends on where you're entering the town.
So I'm quite literally on the outside of the wall of just like someone who is looking. Is the right or left side have more possible natural handholds or any degrading that would help? Any roots or weeds or breakages in the stone or wood that would assist me in climbing? Because I will go for that one.
I'm gonna need an investigation check as you get closer to, like, as you kind of like look around and see if you can find a place that might be able to offer you that.
I don't see anything.
You think it's a pretty well built wall. You don't see a place that could like help you climb, but like you're confident that you could pull yourself up somewhere.
All right. Left. I will go up the left side of the wall.
Left. Interesting. I am gonna need two things. I'm gonna need an You can either give me an acrobatics or athletics. I'm also gonna need a perception check as you start climbing this wall.
You know, I'm just such an acrobatic individual. I'll go with athletics though, just to make it even and fair.
Athletics. Okay.
Smart.
That, and then the other one was perception.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that is a that that is a 14 athletics
Mm-hmm.
and a 16 perception.
Okay, your perception, you start noticing as like you're climbing, the wall is just like not holding together. Like this wall is very poorly put together as you kind of like start getting handholds and like start pulling yourself up. I will say it like kind of like breaks in with the athletics that you went athletics, right? I apologize.
Yes, I did.
You went athletics as you like kind of like it breaks out under you. You're able to like stabilize as you grab onto like something that's kind of held up by other debris. You are able to kind of like do a pull up almost and like put yourself back up as you climb the rest of it, but the bottom breaks out from under you. I will say without
Okay.
a short amount of time, you're able to pull yourself to kind of the top of the wall. and look out over amongst the city.
Sounds good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to do something. Who is most close behind me as I kind of dive into the city?
Dol and I are waiting by the caravan, I imagine, waiting for screams.
I'd probably be like in the caravan or like in the doorway of the caravan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would
So,
be Dol.
but then I would be able to see because I'm outside the caravan because I was watching Dante climb from outside the caravan. So if that me then.
For a little bit of something, can I Haley, for you to roll a perception for me? Just stealing the GM hat for a second.
Yeah, all right.
17.
Well,
Excellent. So this is gonna go alongside my stealth, which was a nat 20 plus 11 stealth for 31 stealth. So basically, Foxmoth like goes invisible round around the corner of this building. But you're kind of as you're watching Foxmoth go through, you can see basically the tip of her tail looks oddly fluffy as she disappears into the city. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm like Batman now.
That was weird. Anyway.
Are you saying that out loud?
I did say that out loud.
What's weird?
Did you?
What? What do you see?
Did you feel any? You just booped Foxmoth, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a wet snoot?
Yeah, relatively. Yeah.
Dragons don't have wet snoots or fluffy tails.
What don't?
Dragonkin.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, I don't think they do they?
No, they don't. Are you kind of seeing what I mean?
No.
Do you want me to explain it?
Yes.
Foxmoth has a fluffy tail and a wet nose. Like a feline, not like a dragonborn.
Could be a dog.
Could be a dog.
Could be a dog.
Could be a dog. I don't know if I know any humanoid dogs. Do you?
Werewolves. Mm-hmm. Do you think Foxmoth is a werewolf?
No, maybe. I don't know
Good
what
to
they are.
know. And I'm gonna stick that away for later, thinking that I have a big secret. Gosh, what if she's a werewolf? Who would that be?
A werewolf?
She could like
doesn't
fall
make-
from like really great heights and like not feel anything at all.
Where
That's
did
really
you
cool.
get that information?
I know things.
I would love to pick your brain one day.
Anytime. Literally anytime. I'm available.
Cool.
You know my
While
bunk? It's like right there.
Yeah. While we're waiting to hear from anything from the guys, I literally pull out my book and I sit next to Dol and I'm gonna start interviewing you. We won't do it on live or whatever, but yeah.
Oh
just-
man,
As you guys start
We'll save
going,
it for another time.
yeah.
a bonus episode.
Exactly. Gotta be on the Patreon for that.
yeah, hell yeah.
Ah, yes.
Foxmoth, you start
Yes.
making your way in. You do see like you don't see any people. You do see like there's like ripped open like crates on the ground. There's like ripped open like there's a lot of debris. The more that you're looking like directly into the city, you see there's like a crater that's kind of like dipped in. You do see like a little bit of smoke coming off of it, and you see like rubble. Roll me a perception check on the middle.
That is a 19.
A 19, based on the like the path of the rubble, it looks like it was like you see as like the scorch marks kind of go out, and then you see as the rubble goes in, like everything was sucked back in right after. It looks like it's a very strange, like you would expect an explosion to be like all of the rubble would be surrounding this crater, but it's not.
But
like it's all piled
like,
inside.
It's like inverted on itself almost.
Yeah. As you're kind of like looking around, you do like you hear some stirring. You hear like a couple like some doors shut and stuff, and you still hear like slight moaning coming from some of the buildings as like you're getting a little further in. As like you kind of take a step forward, your foot like kicks a box. As it kind of kicks the little box, you do notice like there's like a crate that just happens to be like turned over and ripped. You do see like as it kind of like kicks it a little bit, you see as like the inside of it is like all empty like food rations and like many different supplies that are inside that are just like ripped apart, like somebody was starving or something.
Oh.
While you have that, Dante, as you climb over the wall, I will say with your previous perception check, one thing that you do notice as like you go to the top and you're pulling over to look at the city, your hand like pulls on one of the boards, and one of the boards that you pull on says Smokespite Empire, and it's just plastered right on the side of it. Like it's kind of like a big crate that's like ripped open and plastered on top.
Mr. Stark.
Hell yeah, I get a new heart. I'm gonna. It's a crate.
It's
or
a
just
rip.
the
I'm
top
sorry.
of the
It's
crate?
it's the parts of the crate that are like
Okay.
fashioned into the wall.
Yeah, they've used the crate.
Yes,
They used the crate for the wall.
they did use the crate. And the more that you're noticing it, a lot of a lot of Smokespite Empire crates are like fashioned into this makeshift wall. As you pull yourself over the top, you look down on the city and roll me a perception check.
Yes, sir. That is a 16 again. Same number.
All right, roll me a history check with advantage, because
Oh, with
your sister mentioned something last episode.
15.
As you're looking on the city, you do notice like you kind of see as the city is in like disarray. You're starting to kind of remember the city. You don't necessarily remember much about the city, but you do know like the Smokespites. If you had if you were building a city and you were trying to like finance it, you're not one to like not put your name on everything or not put your name on like somewhere where everyone could see it.
What's the point of making art if you're not going to sign it?
Damn right. As you look over the city, you do notice like a lot of the buildings seem like abandoned or vacant. There is one building. It's a taller, like it kind of looks like a storefront almost. You do notice that like they're like with the numbers you've rolled, you look at it, and there is like a sign that said like Smokespite Shop with like a PE at the end of it. It is just ripped, like the sign is ripped down, and like the letters are faded. It looks like it's been like ransacked at this point, but you do see like there's like candle lights and like maybe like fires going on inside of the building. The rest of the town, like as you're kind of like taking a peek over, you do notice like a little far out on the right side, almost directly across from where you're staring at right now, is another building that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more like natural looking. It's not like a small or like a tall building like the rest of them. Maybe like 2 stories, maybe like a third attic. But as you kind of look at it, it has like vines and stuff hanging down from it. You do notice like there is kind of like a little light coming from that one as well. You don't notice the middle as much with what you've rolled, but you do notice that like there was an explosion. You don't see any of the people or anything that has kind of transpired from that. And that's all you see at the moment. There's a lot of vacant, empty buildings around.
Lean back over the edge of the wall. Ash,
I write in my book instead of yelling back, "What?"
I think I see 2 buildings with people still in them. Shop
Yeah.
and a more of a greenhouse-looking one. Pretty sure we're still gonna wait for Fox to come back, though, aren't we? Don't want to leave her out in the
Yeah.
rain.
We'll wait for Fox. How is the town looking?
Abandoned. Your explosion definitely happened, though.
Alright, well, at least I wasn't crazy. Are they smoke spot fans or not?
Well, they definitely lack putting our name on the wall, but honestly, if these people are desperate, like, it's the whole fucking apocalypse, is probably putting anything they can get their name on. At the very least, they had the common courtesy to put at least some of them facing name outward. So, I don't know. We'll call it 50-50.
We'll see how it goes. I've just seen whether or not we want to hide our faces.
I don't know. We do make an impression.
Do
Yeah.
I hear any voices other than dying ones?
Let me ask you this: what
Yeah,
side
you-
of the city do you think you like strode more towards, the left or the right?
The left.
On the left side, I would say you hear some like moaning. You do hear like some people going like quietly like, wrap it, like, please get it tight, get him in. You just hear like a lot of verbiage, but it seems like very quick.
Yeah. I'd like to pop up unexpectedly back by everybody and scare them.
Jesus Christ.
Hello.
Scared the crap out of me.
I told you you wouldn't be able to see me. Okay, here's what I was able to find. So,
Mhm.
there was a building at the center of the city. It seems it is absolutely gone. But here's the weird part. It basically blew up from the inside and then all went back.
Imploded.
Yes. That's
How do can I? My voice won't come out of this one, but I'm gonna ask a question to the DM. Can I do a check to see if I know why an explosion would go in instead of out?
Ooh.
Arcana check.
Arcana check. This is gonna be a high DC.
Yeah, I mean I'll give it a go.
Mhm.
No. 19.
Interesting. You only know of a couple. Like, you spent a lot of time in Valenbrook. I'd say you'd spend a lot of time, like, taking that time to research some things. Just for your business, more than anything. But I will say, like, even from your time outside of Valenbrook, but, like, mostly...
It seems like a very sneaky way to explode something, so it's on a list of things to research in the future, that's for sure.
It is definitely a thing that you're like, nah, I could definitely take the other businesses out this way for sure. As you think about it and go back, you do know that there's a couple reasons that this could happen. There is a there's a combination of spells that could do this. There is a powerful wizard, warlock, somebody with
hell.
with enough energy could explode it outwards and suck it back in.
Yep.
You do know from reports of the fight in Phantom Kingdom, the very quick war that happened, the Phantom Kingdom invasion. There was a couple reports of different spellcasters that did something very similar.
The portals do this?
You do also know that I'm gonna need one more history check. Or either history or I'm going to need Arcana.
I got a natural 20.
A natural 20.
We're rolling well tonight.
I'm like, something is tickling the back of my head. I can feel it.
You only with a natural 20. I will give this to you. I wouldn't give it this easy, but
24.
you remember that when the legendary heroes of Valenbrook, the ones that were marked with the Cerulean Guild badge, stopped the portals and closed what they called the anchor at the time. There was an explosion and there was an implosion of energy, specifically from the portal directly above the clock tower in the middle of the ramparts.
When we saw the explosion, I can't remember, but I think I may have gaslighted myself into thinking that something fell from the sky.
Okay, so necessarily, like, nothing fell, but there was
Something.
there was a little bit of like energy that came off of it, like kind of like an
Okay.
arcanic residue.
Okay,
But nothing like physical.
cool. All right. In my brain, I think I just pictured a meteor for some reason, and so like that's what I've got in my head. I'm like, it couldn't be magic. It must be a meteor.
Everything's dead.
Explains why the dinosaurs are gone.
Meteor. It's Pentagram Haven.
Yeah.
Total dino
Say-
death.
So yeah, that's it.
Shall we go check it out?
It seems safe enough, at least for now. Oh, there was one more thing. So there were crates of rations, and they were aggressively eaten. That's
They're
that's all, like,
hungry.
something
Probably
was
starving
hungry.
here.
Maybe
Yeah,
a werewolf, something wild.
Do we have any leftovers from breakfast?
You cooked it, so I think only you would know.
I'd say so.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna actually I pop myself back into the back of the caravan and I grab the pot of porridge that I made, and I'm just gonna put that like on one hip and walk towards the town.
I'm gonna go help her, and I go up and sneak by Ash and say, "Shh, werewolf, right? They were the one who brought it up. Werewolf. I'm just saying. Werewolf.
Yeah. Is Foxmoth
You
following?
No, Foxmoth wants to know, did I see Dante on the wall?
That's up to you, Dante, but I feel like Dante's pretty exposed right now. On the outside, not on the inside.
I'm always exposed. No, you can see me. It's fine.
Dante, did you see anything?
There's a couple buildings where I think there's people staying. More on the left than the right, but
What a bummer.
what's a bummer, huh?
Oh,
Okay.
oh, sorry. We should help them, right?
We can. Especially if you're saying they're hungry.
I don't know if it's people that are hungry or something not people.
Well, color me interested. Let's go find out. And I'm going to, because the front side of the wall is broken, and so I'm going to start going. Is there a ladder on the back side of the wall, or do I have to scale the back side of the wall too?
The backside would be technically inside the town, so you could.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, from the outside, no, there's no ladder. Like it's just.
Okay.
I can't color you. I don't have any pens or charcoal.
We'll find one later. We'll get one from the fire. I'm just gonna
Okay.
start going down the back.
As you slowly, I'll say it's a lot easier for you to climb down the backside. You kind of like slide down almost. As you make your way down, are the group of you reconvening and going into the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want me to try to lead you towards the bigger building,
As we go through like the building walls to get inside, you just hear like a faint thing of Foxmoth saying, "What is the color of
What?
What is
what?
the color of surprise? What color
Surprise?
is surprise?
I think that's
Surprise?
interpretive. Like, for some people it's like pink, but for other people it's like yellow and orange. It just like depends on like your level of like surprise.
Some people
You
if it's
know?
brown if they shit themselves.
Oh,
Was-
very true.
Was that your color, Dante? Was it brown?
I wouldn't think so, but you know, if you could really get me like quite surprised, I'm sure anyone can get there if they're shitting themselves enough. The problem is most of my colors are just red, so I'm a little mono in this point.
Red. Okay.
Yeah.
Red.
I
will
think it's just
remember
shades of red.
Mm.
Are you
I think-
telling us that your poop is shades of red?
That sounds
Is that a-
really unhealthy.
Mhm.
I mean, everything's a shade of red.
Everything is a shade of red if you think hard enough, but I think you guys are focusing on the wrong part of the statement. Let's go make people a little bit more endeared to us by possibly feeding them.
Oh, I like people in debt. I mean,
There we go.
Mhm.
At the same
Endeared.
while we're walking, let's keep our eyes open just in case if someone wants to cut in the food line, as of one could say.
okay.
What way are you going? Left or right?
We're going left.
Left. As you guys start making your way left, you do like passive perception. I'd say anybody
14.
with a 12 or higher.
18.
That's okay.
Sheesh. Ash has just got that bowl of like the big pot of porridge on her hip, and she's just walking. She can
Focus
see the
on-
fire now, I assume, and she's just walking.
Oh, sweetheart.
As anybody with a 12 or higher, you make your way forward. You kind of like step on like some like real crunchy bits as like you like keep like moving forward. Like in the grass, you're noticing like almost like these black slate pieces that are just like popping and breaking as like you're making your way forward.
Can I like try to identify what it is? Is it anything I recognize from nature? Can I do a nature check? That's what I'm trying to.
You can do a nature check.
Nice. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You grab this, like you reach down and you pick it up. Like as you're kind of like looking at it, yeah, this is very familiar to you. This is like carapace. Like what would be like you recognize this from like a rhino beetle. Like this is what basically like is on the back of a rhino beetle.
Is it like what is the word? Is it the word like chitin? Like the stuff like the insects
Yes.
and
Chitin,
crustaceans
It's
Chitin.
have
it's
on it?
large. Like it is like very large.
Okay.
Like, compared to like you only know like you could think of the biggest beetle you've ever seen, and it's like
Mhm.
I mean like an average piece
Massive.
you're finding is like a lot bigger compared. I'd say like you'd know them to be like maybe like a couple inches. Like you're seeing this as
Sure.
like 2 foot at the biggest and maybe
Big.
like 1.5 feet at the smallest right now.
Hey guys, I found this really interesting little thing. So the ground is like crunchy, right? Take a look at this. It like came off of like a big beetle or like a crustacean or something.
No. Can you check
Yes.
that beetle for me real quick for one thing that just popped into my mind?
Sure. Like you want me to like look at this? What am I looking
I
for?
want you to look at what might be on it.
Okay.
Specifically, teeth marks.
Do I see any on this or like any on the ground that might have like puncture?
Nope. You don't see anyone. Not a single one.
Negative,
The floor is littered with them.
Looks
Yeah,
like they weren't that hungry.
Beetles are scary.
there's a lot. It's kind of like you see like little small gatherings of it like in different spots and like indents. Like most of the time, like every time you see one, there's like slight indents in the like dirt or the grass where they're at. But yeah, you see a few.
Are these like shells?
Are they kind of like shells, like exoskeleton? But DM, quick question.
Sure.
I don't really know how to ask this. Oh, is there like damage to it, like it's been charred, or does this seem like the natural coloring?
It doesn't seem like it's been charred, but I will say, because you're asking, it does seem like there's been a heavy impact to it. Every one of them have been impacted heavily. Like whether it be like bending, like you notice them, like they might have had bends in them, but like where it's unnatural to bend it, like it's like almost like crushed or like flattened.
Someone scooped them.
Pass that information along.
Maybe
But so
I'm
it could
hungry.
mean that either this, like whatever creature this was, shed this and got bigger. Like a lot of times they'll just shed their shell and grow. Or it could be that it just died. It could be dead.
Maybe someone yanked it out of that, right? With all them unnatural bends. Is there like fork marks?
Could be. There aren't any puncture marks, fork marks. There's like a lobster. Just, yeah.
Is it
I-
like the...
I still
I'm
think
trying
they
to work
ate
out
it.
what we're looking at. Is it like a hollow... Like what you would picture... What the bug look like? Say, it looks like a bug, except its insides are missing, or it's just the top, the
It's
outside?
just like the top. So it's basically like if you're looking at like the two wings of like a beetle, that would be like moving, like that'd be able to like move its wings. You notice like whatever it is, like if it, for example, if it was a beetle and it landed like it hit the ground hard, you'd notice like the carapace is like bent in or like flattened just a bit from like hitting the ground. That's kind of like what you're looking at. Is you're looking at like a piece of a carapace that's been like flattened a bit. Yeah.
So I guess this would be a really good and not inconvenient time to tell you I am really afraid of beetles.
What?
It's okay. They're really delicious, if you can believe that.
I have not eaten
they're
one.
really
I
good.
tend to run away from them.
They might
So
not
if
even
you-
be beetles. It's fine.
That's true. They could be like sea creatures.
Or black crab.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock
I-
crabs.
I will
Coconut
tell you-
crabs, just like really big ones.
It is the one and only thing I am afraid of
It's beetles.
Listen,
is beetles.
Interesting
Is this
thing
like
to be
a-
afraid
Can
of.
you move
A
forward?
moth beetle war going on.
Say that again.
Am I making this up? No, I'm asking.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry. I apologize.
Moth.
Jeez.
Fox moth. Is this like? Are you like at war with beetles? Like, is that why you're afraid of them?
Maybe. If so, I don't know why. At war in my heart.
We can just deconstruct that. My mouth, sorry. We can deconstruct that later, totally. Like, I'd be happy to. And then show you that beetles are actually delicious and nothing to be afraid of. But for now, don't worry about it. We got your back. I can talk to beetles, so ain't no thing.
Okay.
Shall we go forth?
Yeah. Yes.
She like holds out her hand for Foxmoth.
Oh.
So she's got like the pot in one arm. She like
Oh.
shuffles it over to the other hip and then holds her hand out.
And her hand is very, very soft.
I'm just as confused, and I kind of like give it a squeeze, and then like you know that thing that people do when you're like holding hands and they like run their thumb over your hand, like pat you. But I'm investigating, but it seems very affectionate. Like
Yeah, for sure. Foxmouth kind of like blushes as much as a dragonborn can blush.
All right.
Ash, that looks heavy. Here, let me take that from you. And I'll just offer to take the pot away from her. Carry it.
Thank you. And I look at you, and I'm like, werewolf.
Well, if you carry that, is any of your arms gonna fall off?
Maybe.
Dante, you
Just
are
grab a handle each.
Dante. You have
Mhm.
the confidence of a much taller man and stronger man. Will you carry this torch?
Hashtag short king.
Shit. I'll take it.
We can't
Oh
have
my
any
God.
member of the party incapacitated by porridge.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I'll just
I didn't
dunk it
really
on the
want
first
your
thing that
hands
attacks
taken
us.
up by that, but okay, don't drop it.
I will not be dropping it. There's a distinct difference between dropping it and throwing it.
Roll a strength check. Just kidding.
Hello! As we get over to the fire.
Interesting.
We're just yelling
Knock
at
knock.
you need rescuing?
Well, I mean, both of the people that checked said there was no danger and no need to worry, so you should have been more clear.
You yell that out, and you see like, you see kind of like some rustling from inside the building, and then you quickly see the fire just go out.
Ooh.
But you can't, like, you're not in the building yet, so it just...
No. I mean, we have food.
Roll a persuasion check at advantage.
As you're holding my hand.
When the flames go out,
23.
I am going to set the pot on the ground.
Okay. As you see, as Ash, you yell it out, and Dante, you put the pot on the ground, you do see, like, the doors, like, slightly open, and you see, like, a couple, like, you see a small, like maybe 2 heads poke out, and you hear, oh, no, they seem to be friendly, I think they're friendly, and you hear, like, another one go, are you sure? We can't, are you sure we can trust them? Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. We'll send somebody out there. Okay. And like one of them like kind of opens the door. And what like you see this like human woman kind of like longer blonde hair come out. She does have like a
Have they
towel.
seen me yet?
They haven't seen you yet.
Okay. I'll stand totally still. I won't move.
That's perfect.
Just start molding with the ground, turning into a
I
tree.
am
think I'm
a
looking like a
tree.
tree. Like, yeah, like skeletal tree. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
the foliage was left standing.
You do see as like you say that or like as you guys like call out, like she kind of like takes a step out and just goes, I don't mean to offend, but are you here to do anything harmful? And like she kind of like puts her hands up a little bit, and she's like,
Well, that
We-
depends.
We Fox moth. I like
Sorry.
let go of your hand, like, and I throw it, like I throw it down, and I step forward and I like kind of like lean down a little bit, and I'm like, we came. We're here on a traveling tavern. We wanted to be here to offer you food and drink, but it doesn't seem like that's what you need right now.
When I
We
said
would-
depends, I meant like huge, raw monster enemy that we would potentially harm and kill.
Yes. We are happy to help. We can protect against big scary monsters. And she like turns around.
That's
like
scary.
like Fox Moth said is what I'm saying. Like Fox Moth said, we're here to help.
she like looks at you all and says, okay, I mean that's, we could take any help that we could use right now. I mean I'm one of the better.
What happened here?
And she kind of looks at you, like she looks down. Mind you, she has like one of her eyes is covered by like this big like bandage that's like wrapped around, like freshly put on there. But she like looks down for a second and kind of goes, I don't know. We're still kind of trying to figure that out, if that makes sense. It's a lot of things have happened very quickly. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not lying to you, and I don't mean any harm. It's been a very quick day for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Is there
You're fine.
anyone that would know?
I mean, there's people from before. They kind of know a little bit more than we do, I guess. But we don't know a lot. It's most of our group.
What people from before?
Well, there were people that were here before us, and they know a lot about what's going on, right? They've actually been helping a lot of our people at the moment.
Where can we find them?
easy in this, and she, like, points behind her. She goes, I'm hoping that you're trustworthy. Please, we can't take anything more at the moment. We can't defend ourselves. We can't. I'm honestly just taking the risk and hoping that you'll be able to help us. So.
I mean, you're okay. We have everything that we need. We don't need to be taken from you.
Okay. Yeah. Our group, we're taking shelter there. A few of us are spread out between some of the other buildings, but this is where we're mostly at. I'm Maribel. I used to be. I think I used to be the mayor here, but I don't know.
You think?
Yeah.
This is a weird amount of knowledge for you to not know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's something going on here.
Sorry, it's just been a while. But
No, how long has it been? How long have you been living like this? How long before? And I use my knowledge of what the town looked like before to be like, how long before, this street was brought down, and I use like local language about talking about the area sort of thing.
You like kind of talk, and like kind of like use it. She goes, I don't know. It's been long enough that I've been able to watch my kids grow up and help the town, or I guess our town. I can't say the town anymore.
This sounds really awful in a way, but I just look at me for a second, and my brother, do you remember me? Do you know who I am? I'm really not trying to make that sound like I'm an asshole. But like, do you know who I am?
She looks at you and like, let me roll on that. She looks at you, and...
Sorry, I have a question preemptively.
Yep.
This might be metagaming, tell me if it is. Will Ash need to roll anything to talk to this person?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Right now it's safe. Like, she just seems like a very innocent, like, not mindless, but just very confused person.
Okay, cool.
She looks.
I was gonna do something, but wanted to be sure.
No, you're absolutely okay. You're. That's a good question to ask. She looks at you and said, like, is kind of just like, should I know you?
Yes.
Ash Smokespot. My family helped.
She takes a step back and she goes, "You shouldn't be here."
Why?
Sorry.
And she
No.
takes another step back, and she goes, "What do you want from us? We don't. There's nothing else that we can give.
We're here to help. Like we did before, right?
Not what before. I mean, you helped. I can remember a few things, and I don't remember the smoke spikes being helpful. That's the last thing I remember, to be honest. I don't think our people are going to be very happy to know that you're the smoke. Listen, I mean, if you're here to help now, that's fine, and I'll give you all the credit, but I don't necessarily think that...
Your memories are for sure muddled up. For sure, there's something definitely wrong here.
One thing...
So you were saying that the people who would actually know things are where?
She points back to inside, behind her, which is the old hollowed out smoke spike shop. But she does look at the group of you and says, "Look, I mean, if you're here to offer care and help, that's fine. We will take it. We can't turn anything down right now, to be completely honest. But I do, however, emphasize very harshly that you don't mention your last name while you're helping us. A lot of people have some very negative views of the smoke spikes right now, specifically our group of people."
How am I supposed to find out what we did if you won't tell me?
I mean, I can tell you what I know, but I'm not...
Please?
Yeah, the last memories we had of our village, before everything happened was, I mean, you were great. You guys were great financiers of our town. You helped us thrive in some of our lowest moments, and we rebuilt because of the things you offered. But when the catastrophe hit and things started to change, the the current business operators of the Smoke Spite shop, they wasted no time to loot and just take from our city and take whatever foods we had and every valuables that we didn't have nailed down. They're gone. I can tell you.
And
now,
someone from our empire was running that shop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember a lot, but I do remember.
Do you remember their name?
No, not off the top of my head, unfortunately. I believe I can give you like a small. And she like kind of thinks about it for a second. She goes, I do know they were unique, and I haven't seen many like them before. They didn't really look like you and your brother, but they were very unique in their own way, I guess. Not a race we're very familiar with here.
Well, that's mighty confusing.
I apologize. It's been.
No, you don't. You don't need to apologize at all. I will follow up with this and figure out what's going on. I'll find out. Thank you for being honest, and I'm sorry that happened, but I swear to you, on my whole knowledge of anything, that was not us.
I mean, I will take your word for it. I can't really turn you down right now, to be completely honest, but I will take anything we can get. I mean, so far, we've gotten a little bit of shelter and a little bit of food from another gracious group of people, but hopefully we can take any help that you are willing to offer, and maybe we can rebuild. Sorry.
I guess we'll have a look.
Absolutely. And she points back and points to the building. She says, the former Smoke Spite shop is kind of our home base right now. That's where we're tending to the wounded. Over there is, and she points over to kind of like a smaller building. It's Dante. It's the one you looked at earlier, like the maybe 2 to 3 story high building with like kind of like vines and like nature overgrowing it. She goes, "That's our the herbologist that we had for the city has reclaimed that area again." And then she points over to a couple other like sporadic buildings, and she goes, "And some of the people that have used to live here have retaken some of the buildings they've known, but most of the town is populated inside the shop at the moment." Yeah. Again, please to refrain from mentioning your name inside for now. I know I'm not trying to say we don't want your help, but I also don't want to see somebody coming to help us get torn apart by our people, and they're in a pretty bad shape right now. I don't think heavy emotions is going to help anything.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think there's any need to worry about us for right now. Just to realize that what's inside the pot right now is going to be distributed amongst those in that building.
Thank you.
There's definitely nothing else inside of it than pork.
Okay.
Fox.
I was being serious.
She like immediately kind of gets like a little nervous as you say that. Goes, is there anything we should be worried about?
No.
No, I promise you, if we wanted to do anything, we would have been able to do it. I'm sorry, being honest.
It's fair. Completely fair. Can I ask you something? To the
Yeah.
group of you. You've come from outside the walls, I assume?
Yes.
I mean, is it as bad here as it is out there? Is everything So everything is bleak right
Yes.
now?
Oh, we do have to figure out what exactly is going on in here first. and then we
Yeah,
can
I
do a
think in
compare
here seems a
contrast.
bit worse than out there. But maybe we'll figure that out once we find out some answers.
Yeah, that's more than fine. I know. Sorry, I just don't know what the world has changed since the time we've been gone. That's fine. Yeah. And she points backward. She goes, "Please, our home is your home. If you need anything right now." And she points back to the building as she starts making her way back and says, "Any questions you have, please, you may ask anybody. Please try to stay out of the hospital ward right now that we've set up. A lot of people are being tended to, and they need their time. So."
All right.
She makes her way into the building, into the shop, and she props the door open for you guys.
I don't think their family tree had enough branches with how much.
What was the last thing you said? It cut out.
Oh man. What did it say again? I don't think that family tree had enough branches with what she could give us.
It cut
cut
out
out again.
exactly at the same moment. What's the last word? It starts with a K.
Couldn't give us. All the
Couldn't.
information they couldn't give us.
Ah, okay.
I don't think it liked my accent.
I
I
think
don't think so.
I think it's more indicative of you immediately making her think that we're gonna poison people.
Sometimes intimidation works. DM, I have a question.
Don't think they know anything.
Does Foxmouth have any contract?
Does Foxmoth have any
Look.
contract? And that's all I heard.
Yeah.
What you got?
In this city? It's the C words.
Maybe.
Not necessarily. I think. Oh, I'm trying to think if there would be anything that you would have.
Exactly. Figured I'd ask.
I would say. I would say any. Nothing that you would have. Not. I don't think it would. At least that I can think of what would take place here. I don't think you would have any.
Sounds good. I'm assuming my guild wouldn't have any hideouts or base here at all then?
Ooh, roll me a history check.
$19.
I will say that they don't have any bases or hideouts. But I will say there was a you do remember some of your guild noting that as they did go back out in the world, they do remember Pentagraven being a place that was even a couple months ago still lively, still a place that was very populated and healthy, but nobody was able to get in or out. And also they were a city that didn't necessarily warrant getting in or out ever since they put the walls up, so nobody's been back inside.
That's it.
As everyone kind of walks inside, Ash takes a second, does a little loop, turns around and writes in her notebook to her mum, and she says, "What did you do to Pentagraven?" Question mark.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
That or no.
You see written back, almost a passive aggressive ellipses that's dot dot dot, as it kind of golden writes golden into ink, as it kind of goes again, and she goes, in the book, Pentagraven made money. Why would I do anything to Pentagraven? We earned enough from it. It paid the bills. And she puts a question mark. And then she
Cool.
writes back, what did you do to Pentagraven? Question mark.
I respond back, I'll find out. Full stop. And then that's the end. She closes the book and puts it away.
Okay.
All right. And I know my mum's a bit of a bitch, but she's pretty honest. Like she would have laughed if she had destroyed it. You know what I mean? Not lied. Or what should I check on if it's a lie? You know what I mean? Is my thinking right? In that she's not much of a liar. She's more of a.
She's a business person. Like she would have. Like, why sink her own stocks? Like she wouldn't do anything past that.
Yeah. Cool.
You look like you're saying stuff, but I can't hear.
Be
you.
muted.
Okay.
I went to say,
I
you're on
wasn't
mute,
saying anything. I'm
Casey.
just doing this.
Yeah.
I was just
Well,
having
I was
fun.
on mute.
I'm allowed to have fun.
No.
No.
Bring out the sock puppets.
What do you want to do?
Walk inside and see what the fuck they say.
Yeah.
Who goes in first?
I definitely going last.
That looks like Fox is. If Fox isn't, I will.
I'm trying to go in last, but then as me and Dole just both kind of stand there waiting for the last person to go in last.
Sorry.
I'm waiting for a
You can go
response from Mum. So whenever I go first, but you come in a minute later.
Foxmouth was just bored and just.
Just don't want Fox to be the first one in there. So
Should we strength check each other to get through the door?
if you want to, it's
I
not going to
do.
work out well for you.
I do. I want to do it. You never know.
I'm gonna roll a 1 now. Check this out.
Yeah, I
Watch
know.
this. Watch this drive. You rolled yet? You've definitely fucking 20'd me, huh? Because I
No,
rolled
no.
terribly. I
just saw what you rolled.
I got
I
9.
rolled- a nat 1, but my modifier is a -1, so I rolled a.
Okay, so I'm
So
good.
Foxmoth makes another door.
Yeah.
Just a Foxmoth shaped hole. But it's the shape of a different.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it's werewolf
Werewolf.
shape.
Werewolf shape.
Shadow of the door is like.
You
Like
guys-
the side, like
I will
I'm
say
gonna
for sure, you guys
step in
definitely
with
remember.
Gorge.
Werewolves do like to make their own entrances, so just to mark that down.
Man, that's a
Mhm.
shitty
Or
entrance.
not.
And I didn't even go through the wall. Entrance
We
or
just
indent?
missed each other completely.
well, I guess we have 2 doors now to choose from, so we can go in at the same time, Ash.
Don't you say that
Crazy.
out loud to Foxmoth's face? Because I.
Did I?
No,
Shoot.
did Dante say that to Foxmoth's face?
Oh.
If Doll had said her part out loud, I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to Ash.
It's just like not much of an entrance, more like an indent. Step inside.
As the group of you step inside, you do see a lot of people sitting around like small tables. Passive perception. Oof. I lied.
I lay in.
You know what? Yeah, that's yeah.
One-
I pop the pot down.
I'll say 10
Oh,
or
it's
above.
14.
10
Minus
or-
14.
10 or above. You look around and you do see like a lot of people huddled over at tables, like eating whatever. Like, you do see they are eating like a lot of like rations. You do notice that like these rations are like all the same. Like they're exactly the same. They're like out of like these little like tin cans. They're like blue tin cans, and these people are just like all eating separately at these tables.
Would you say that is a naturally occurring tin can color?
No, absolutely
Is
not.
it
They're labeled
Like
blue.
pea flower blue?
God damn it, I hate
No,
you.
the name of the
Like-
can is blue.
Indigo.
That's what they
Oh,
are.
I see. It's actually the cans are yellow of color, but the company is called Blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
It's
guys-
more
yeah, you
natural that
understand.
way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they have purple berries inside?
Naturally purple.
Yes, and they're watermelon flavored.
Just so listeners understand, we had a bit of a disagreement on things that are actually the color blue, and we were all trying to prove JC wrong by naming all these. So I was fun. We won the argument.
Yeah, is this a
We
food
did.
that shows up a lot? Or is this the first time we've ever seen blue tin cans
Yeah, that feels
with
oddly
rations in them?
Yeah, have we seen these?
Dante Nash, roll me a history check. Or yeah, history's fine.
12.
17.
Ash, you like it's on like you're like really thinking about it. You do remember you've seen them in the Cosmotero somewhere. Like these are specific to the Cosmotera. Dante, you know because you fucking it like something is bothering you about these fucking tin cans. As you're like looking table to table, these are product of the Glacial Exchange. All of these are tin cans made by the Glacial Exchange, and you are like, you're so mad because you remember like these water genasi, fucking business tycoons is what they think they are. It rubs you the wrong way, but you know this is their making.
Oh, fucker.
Sorry, who was it again who makes them?
He would know, but it would be the Glacial Exchange.
Just probably a competitor.
Yes.
Right.
It is.
No,
These shirts are blue.
Not at all. Fire.
Where's the
nice.
red
Motherfucker, did you
tins?
just say ice is blue?
Yeah.
Red tin cans are just fucking scattered. all over
Depending
the
on
place.
the
Okay, Hollywood
light.
filter.
That's
like-
a really good insult.
I'm
Ash is
just
gonna
turning
walk up
around
to
to Ash
Yes.
and just like mime like drawing on my palm.
What? In my book.
This ain't us. Glacial.
Fuck's sake. Ash is gonna like walk over to one of the sweetest looking person that's
how
sitting
are
down.
Did you need
Oh,
something?
As long as they're not old. Damn it.
Hi. Mom
Hi,
said
I
some
was-
cocktail- Yeah.
I was just wondering, where'd you get those tins? It's
And he holds the can out. He goes, "Oh, this.
yeah.
We got it from all mysterious," and points over towards a group of people handing these tin cans out farther up. They gave this to us when everything happened after we woke up. They helped us with this and then some clothing and some bandages to make sure that we were okay. Did you
Oh,
like
that's
some?
very nice. And as she points, I duck down behind him and I'm looking. Can I see anyone I recognize?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say passive perception. You don't need to roll anything. You do look
Real
farther
quick.
ahead.
For my note taking,
Mhm.
did the old man say after they woke up?
Little boy, but yes, he did say.
Oh.
Old man.
Yeah.
I thought it was an old man.
Little boy. Sorry, totally.
Your
I
voice
should have
was-
described him better.
The
Little
baby
boy.
man.
Is
Little baby
Oliver.
Benjamin Button over here.
Hey, but he did say yes after they woke up.
Okay.
You're absolutely correct. You do see ahead completely, at the front where people are taking these blue tin cans, you see 3 water genasi. Two of them are armored, they're helping, but they're more guarding the person in the middle. And Ash, I will say easily enough, you recognize the one in the middle as I actually built a fucking transition
you're
for
fine.
this. Because I was waiting for this moment. So-
What's our conflict level with the water elementals?
They are they are the Slytherin to your Gryffindor. They are you guys are
Yes.
complete competition.
I mean, we don't have a lot of friends,
Yeah.
but
They are definitely not on that list.
no.
So let us see. Twitch, you'll see it before everybody else.
Swear to God.
Let us see. Brooke Grandwave, your water genasi,
They're
junior.
hot.
Junior Trade Ambassador of the Glacial Exchange, second in command, as there is a, there's actually like a diplomat that runs the Glacial Exchange. This is the younger sister that you've had some run-ins with. You absolutely have not had great run-ins with. She's very ambitious. Yep. She is a water genasi with blue hair tied back into always a tight ponytail. She wears always a business suit that is very tight and proper. The business suit itself is always stiff because it's more like an armor rather than a business suit. But she is out there handing out rations to any of the people that come up. And you do see there is scraps of red in all of the corners, and the entire place has this blue there is blue trim, there is blue banners kind of hanging down, and it says at the top it says the Glacial Exchange protection, and it looks like there's a little project thing under it. But
Oxmouth is gonna go stand in line for rations.
More than fine.
Cool.
You will notice, and I'm gonna call him Little Oliver because that's what you call the boy. Little Oliver does look up at you. He does have bandages wrapped around his arm.
Who'd you look up at?
You, because you were talking to him. Or whoever.
What happened to your arm?
Well, I'm not supposed to talk about it. But my mom told me to not say it to people and keep the bandage on.
If you don't want to show me, you don't have to, but I could help make that feel better.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't hurt. It's pretty cool, but I know we're supposed to be ashamed of it, I think.
It's so cool. Can I see it?
Do you want to see? It's really
I want to see how cool it is.
Do you
And I lean in to just
yes,
in the background to see what's going on. Okay.
Absolutely. He goes, please, but you can't tell anybody, okay?
I promise.
Okay, my mom will be real upset. And he starts
hold my pinky out.
And he takes the bandage arm and pinky. So I haven't had a pinky swear since everything has changed. But okay. And he unwraps his arm. And you see his arm is completely carapaced. As his hand even is morphing into this black it's less fingers and more of this not the whole thing. The pinky is still there, but the rest of his hand is more of a skinny bug featured hand. And he goes,
I just rolled myself a deception check to see and I'm fine. So I hold my face together as I'm wow, that is very cool. Let's get that wrapped back up for you. And I'm
so glad
Wait.
is not there right now.
Wait, before you do that, I'm sorry. Little boy Oliver, hey girl, hey.
Hey, I'm a boy.
Hey girl.
Okay.
So how I mean that's really cool, but do you miss how your arm used to look?
No, I mean most of the people from my home were the same. I mean not people that lived with us, but I mean I assume people outside looked like this. So no. I mean, I don't mind. It's actually, yeah.
Why does your mother get you to keep it wrapped up then?
She says something about it not fitting in with the rest of the people. But my people fit in fine. I mean, everybody else has the same thing as me. As I'm not
Absolutely.
special.
When did that show up?
Everybody here has the same feature, but maybe their toe or
I mean
their rib or something.
Since for a while now, everybody has. We put the bandages on, but it's not. It's just to hide the things that would make us different. Is what my mom told me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing me how cool that is.
Yeah.
Is that it didn't hurt?
No,
it doesn't hurt.
No, it never hurt. Is it supposed to hurt?
No. Has it come off before? Shed?
No. No.
No? Okay. Just curious.
One last quick cue. Do people like? Does this grow on people? Like, do people become overcome by it? Like, does it like take over their whole body?
I don't really know what that means very well, but I do know a lot of, I mean, some of the village elders would leave the town for various reasons, but it would be very, I know they had problems with it. I don't know exactly what overcome or growth means.
Have you shown... they said they were overcome by the growth?
I don't know. She just said
If
that.
it,
And
it's okay if it does. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Do
It's okay.
do the water genasi, those beautiful blue people over there, do they know about
saviors?
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they-
the saviors. Do they know about it?
I mean, they had to see it. They were the ones that provided us the bandages.
All right. They're getting you to hide it.
They didn't tell us to hide it, but they did wrap it. I think our family and everybody here all agreed that we should hide it or bandage it. And he like looks around and he's like, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm sorry. I don't mean to tell.
No. You've been so kind and so generous with your information. I really do appreciate it. Would you like some porridge?
I mean, I finished my can a little while. Yeah, I'd love some porridge.
All right, let's get you some porridge and wrap that arm back up.
Yeah. Did you think it was cool?
Very cool.
Thank you. And he like wraps it back up as he like puts the whole thing around. He goes and holds his hand out for like a little porridge. He goes, thank you.
I turn around and like grab a scoop of the porridge, and as I'm like looking at Doll, I'm like, God, and then back the little boy again, handing out the porridge.
Holds his hand out. So he like put it in the bowl. He just takes it. He refills his little tin can. So he goes back to like scooping it out.
Let's hope Foxmoth has better luck with the water genasi.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit later when he's out of earshot. That's interesting.
I will say, Foxmoth, as the line starts moving, you get closer and closer to the front as you are the next one up. You see
I thought about what I was gonna do. I was too engrossed in the story. Shit, okay.
You see a very young-looking water genasi that has very young features. She does look like a little bit like not stressed, but like kind of like she is like almost like somebody that like you'd meet like in the army or something, where like they have a very like strict stature to them, as she's like pouring like filling people's bowls with some of like the stuff they're scooping out, or handing out tin can like sealed tin cans to people. She looks at you and goes, give me 1 sec so I can just get in real quick, because y'all fucked me up last time. I'll tell you why in 1 sec. Okay. She goes to like pour it out to you, and she goes, it's gonna fuck me up. I have tried so hard to do this. She pours it into your cup, and she goes, man, this is gonna... I am like trying to picture it in my head. Give me...
I'm trying not to laugh.
Oh, she like pours porridge into like your cup, and she goes, I mean, do you need anything else? Like, are you fine? Are you eating? Are you eating the rest of the stuff that's like here with the rest of the group? I haven't seen you before.
I am allergic to porridge and oats.
You're allergic to porridge and oats?
I am.
Who here is allergic to porridge and oats? That's all we've been serving all day. Have you had anything? Is this the first meal you've had today?
Yes.
Goodness gracious. And she like
I
looks
have
down.
been sleeping most of the day.
Goodness. Did you just wake up from the whole thing that it took everybody?
Yes, I'm a little disoriented. Would there be anyone to help maybe, like, tell me what is going on? I just saw destruction and people said food would be here.
No, you poor thing. I mean, yeah, I can absolutely find somebody for you. You probably need to find your mayor, more than likely. But I do know there's a lot of people around here that might be able to help you to figure out your situation. I will do my best. Uh, what do you remember waking up?
When?
Yeah, what do you remember? Like, what do you remember when you woke
Oh.
up?
When I woke up,
Yeah.
I remember a loud noise
Mm-hmm.
before falling asleep, I guess. I woke up and there was blood, crates, and a big crater in the city. I was covered in dirt. I have since cleaned myself. See? No
That's
missing scales. I have, I'm dust free now.
You're giving me a lot of explanation for the thing that you're telling me about right now.
I'm nervous. I don't know what is going on in my city.
Okay. Well, this is something you should probably talk to your mayor about. But in the meantime,
Maribel, right?
Maribel,
Still the. Yeah.
you should talk to your mayor.
Where
Mayor Maribel.
Mayor Maribel. Good. It's very classy.
Where are they?
It's very classy.
Where are they? Where are they?
Your Mayor Maribel is and points over to one of the tables where you see Mayor Maribel eating like out of one of the tin cans. She goes, she's right over there. You should probably be able to identify her by now if she was your mayor.
Well, there are a lot of people here, and it just drowns out in a crowd.
Understandable. I completely understand the situation.
Disorienting. The whole shtick.
Yeah, the whole shtick. I understand. So that's completely fine. I can. Well, you know what? Let me see if I have something in the back that might remedy what you're going to. Maybe something that's not. It doesn't touch your allergens. I assume because it seems like you got a lot of allergies. Give me just a second, sweetheart. And she turns around and starts like peeling through some of the different cans and finds one. She goes, I mean, this one, I wouldn't trade it with anybody else, but this one should be more than fine. It's a glacial exchange guarantee. So, and she hands you this can, and it does have like a little like cross through it. She goes, be safe and remember, the glacial exchange supports people in need, okay? Remember that?
I've not heard of you before.
That's absolutely all right. You went through a traumatic, catastrophic time, and I wouldn't expect you to remember a lot of things at the moment. But
Yeah.
if when you get time, we can absolutely. I would love to tell you more about our rich history, and you can, if you need, whatever you need.
I will find you later to discuss your side of history. That sounds wonderful.
Fantastic.
Since I don't know.
What was your name one more time?
Beth.
Beth? Like
Beth.
Beth.
Short for Beth.
Short for Bethany, like a nickname.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like you made like a noise like a sheep would make. Before you said Beth.
I know I have still some dust and stuff in my.
You poor thing! I forgot you went through a catastrophe. Completely understandable. Well,
Hard to forget. Yeah.
If you need anything else at all, my name is Brooke, and I will help you with anything you need.
All right. Is that brook like a river?
I mean, for your reference, yeah, I would assume it'd be like a brook from a river.
It's just how I remember things is through like association.
Okay. My name would be Brook like a river, and yeah, that's more than fine. Good luck with everything that you're dealing with from the catastrophe that you kind of going through at the moment, I can see.
Many crises. Sees.
Th-
Crying.
You,
Thanks for the food.
you poor thing, thank you. Have a
Thanks.
great day. Remember, glacial exchange. Can I help next in line?
Ash steps up next. And she's like, well, hello, saviors. Is it?
Oh, absolutely. Was I helping you out too? I can see that you look like you're in desperate need of something.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just wanted to meet you for real, you know? I heard so much about the saviors.
Well, somebody had to save them from the lack of attention they've given to their business plans. So, that's me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Question. How many eyes are on this person? I feel like I've suddenly dull. The way I'm talking. How many eyes are on this person? Are they like
I mean,
surrounded?
there's 2 people behind them right now. 2 water genasi guards. And
Okay.
then the rest of the town is kind of just silently eating by themselves.
Okay, never mind. Move on.
She does go, well, did you need a ration? Because you're looking a little ratty right now. I can probably get you something to make sure that you're fine and fed. I can't
Yeah,
tell what you've gone through.
Fetch me. Whatever you feel.
Absolutely. And she, like, reaches down to, like, one of these dented cans and, like, pulls it from the bottom. Goes, oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. It seems like the only things that we have in stock right now are ones that are a little dented and beat up, kind of like yourself. And she puts it down in front of her and she stares at you.
I grab the tin and I pretty much just like walk straight over to another person and I'm like, here, I'm sorry you have to wait in line for food. And then she just goes and walks away. She just wants to make her presence known.
Did Foxmoth hear this? Insulting?
You can hear
Okay,
it.
cool. I would like to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew
Ooh.
and basically vomit all over these genasi. And go into a frenzy about how there's wheat in this and it's caused an allergic reaction.
Go ahead and I'm gonna need. I don't know if there's any. I doubt there's anything for the spell, but I do need you to roll me a performance check to make sure that you are able to like put on the show or deception, one or the other.
It's an 11.
An 11. You like go to like. You kind of like go to like throw up. I will say, some of the people like. Some of the people there like kind of notice like your hand like go to like cast it, as like she like also notices as you do it, and she goes, "Yell out what you'd yell out."
Oh my gosh! I'm having an allergic reaction!
Oh my goodness, sugar! What are you allergic to?
What's in the tin?
What are you allergic to? I'm just trying to help you make sure. What is the thing that you're allergic to, and I will tell you what is in the tin.
It's botulism. That's what's in the tin.
Some of the other people kind of like speak up and they go, I have allergies too. I haven't had any problems. And some
I'm
of the
celiac. Sorry.
I'm allergic to flowers and I haven't had a reaction. There's something wrong with you.
I don't do well with fruit, vegetables, meat, sometimes water.
The whole food pyramid.
Are you? Can you eat food?
I strictly photosynthesize.
Did you?
It's
purposely-
osmosis.
Oh my goodness gracious! Did you purposely? Are you feeling some of the effects from the portal? You're not really going through some of the
Might
problems
be.
that Oh, sweetheart.
I just might be.
Oh, everybody, let's take a moment and look at this person. And she points at you, Foxmoth, and goes, "Let's take a moment for a second and really understand this poor soul." This poor, sweet little soul right over here is going through a lot of stuff right now, and I think, like, everybody here could really take a moment to understand the plights and the troubles that she is going through. She was so hungry and so desperate and so poor and so below the average that she ate so much food and threw up and she was... Look at this desperate person. Let's give our support to this person right over here. If we all don't want to take a moment, we should take a moment. Everybody please bow your heads for a second and let's really come on. Everybody quiet moment please. Remember, I'm here for you. Glacial Exchange. And everybody puts their heads down.
Question out of character.
Sure.
Can Mortar Genasi take like burst damage or just, like
They're people, yeah.
physical
You could
damage?
fucking blow them away if you wanted to.
Curious. Yeah, I'm gonna just, as everybody's, not looking, I'm
all looking at you.
No, they're bowing their heads, aren't they?
They
Like,
are, but they are all
that-
facing your way right now. And
that's
she
fine,
is
that's fine.
bowing her heads, but she has a little bit of an idea. She doesn't know it yet, but she's like...
He suspects.
She is not bowing her head with everybody else. She is just putting her, like, little prayer hands to her face as she's staring, like, directly your way.
Okay, cool. No need to fear. I'm going invisible.
She's the Long Island medium on. She's gonna see you. So
Really?
She...
this
Oh, okay, it was
accent
like-
that Billy is trying. It's
I'm
just,
trying. I'm doing my best.
it's
Please.
giving Staten Island instead
It
of
is.
Thank you.
Australian.
Thank you very much. I'm getting there.
I'm gonna
Get
before
me.
I'm gonna go invisible and I just whisper
I love.
whisper. You are an oxygen bandit. You will be dying. And I'm gone.
All right. Well, unfortunately, everybody, she was too embarrassed to stick around. It probably
care.
was the throwing up thing. So let's get back to normal. We'll get back to it. Please don't hold it against her. She was very embarrassed and it was very disgusting. But I really don't want any of you to think about it. Let's get the lines moving again, everybody. Please. Thank you so much. And she starts like getting the lines moving.
All because I rolled a stupid 11. I will be murdering her.
Don't worry, Fox. I write a message to Fox and I'm like, don't worry, we'll get her.
Oh, Foxmouth is not thinking back at you.
It's fine.
No thoughts, only
No
anger.
thoughts, just violence, rage.
I just hear back.
red. You hear like hissing and just
As they have this
Yeah.
moment, there is a moment where Ash, where are you standing right now? You're just like you just handed somebody the food.
Yeah, and I just sat down. I'm continuing to either hand out porridge or talk to the little boy, and I'm just keeping a glance over at them.
Okay, Dante, where are you at?
I think after I'd set the pot down, I just moved against like a wall. Especially like I wanted to see if there like who was leading stuff and who was that. And then the second the Genasi had kind of made themselves known, he would have most likely just not yet been a part of anything, of just his back is leaning against a wall or a pillar, and he hasn't said anything. He's just been watching, but his eyes haven't really left Brooke.
You see as Brooke kind of steps forward and says, Everybody, do you mind if I have your attention for just a second? I feel like we couldn't continue the night if I didn't make this very impartial announcement. As she takes a step forward, she goes, I know we came in at a time that was very difficult for everybody here, And we thrived. We succeeded at our mission of making sure you all were safe. That was our number one goal as the Glacial Exchange. If you don't know me, I apologize, I get a little choked up and not very good at public speaking, but if you don't know me, my name is Brooke Grandwave, and I do want to take a second, because we do have a fantastic guest with us today that I feel the pleasure of introducing to the group of you. And I hope everybody's okay with it, and I apologize if I'm speaking out of turn, but everybody here, I would like you to put your hands together in a round of applause for our esteemed guest, Ash Smokespite. And she points out to you, and fucking everybody doesn't put their hands together as, like, they get ready to clap, and you feel this tension in the room as things just get, like, tense. As the moment, like, turns, everybody in the room is staring directly at you, Ash. This is where we end tonight's episode, as we pick up next time to figure out what happens in the next episode of Total Party Chaos, Arc 3 Veiled Pursuits. Thank you all for watching. My name is Billy, and I'm joined by all these fantastic people. Please check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and all those other great places like Twitch. And we will see you next time. Great night, everybody.